Well, I see a couple people on. Hello, happy Friday. Welcome. Just gonna give it a few more minutes for people to join. Hey, Joyce. Hi, Rainey. Hello, hello. Everybody's starting to trickle in. Francis, hello, happy Friday from Nevada. Hi, Devonna. Welcome, everyone. We made it again. It is Friday, favorite day of the week. Hi, Carmen. Welcome. I hope you all are doing well and staying cool. We're dealing with some heat and humidity up here in the Northeast. So I have my fan running, and I'm sorry if there's background noise from it, but it is so hot down here that I need some air. So hopefully it's not too bad. Hi, Dee. Hello, Kim. Yes, it's so hot. It's miserable. I love summer and I love the heat, but not the humidity. So it's more humid. It's hot and humid, which is a bad combination. All right, looks we got a good crew, 14. This is awesome. All right, so tonight it's gonna be a little bit of a marathon scrapping tonight, and I am working through my kit for the month. My one kit, it's the one kit, 1 month, 1 kit challenge. There, now I can spit it out. Over on the Jessica Grace and Friends Pretty Group. And so Pretty Group. You guys, what is wrong? Pretty Pages. It is a pretty group. You're all beautiful people. I'm getting my words mixed up here. We have 1 kit, 1 month challenge going on. And so this is the kit I chose. It's a Story of the Month kit from Allie Edwards, plus some other bits and pieces tossed in there. I'm really trying to get caught up on Wyatt's story albums. And then to throw into the mix, last minute decision, I decided to do a Week in the Life album as well. So, which I've got my photos all done. I did it, the photography was last week, so I documented all last week. So I'm going to start putting it together. So I thought it would be fun to do those layouts as well, in case you guys are interested in seeing what that project is about. So yeah, we're just going to do a lot of smaller formats. So I'm going to start with Wyatt's 10x8 album. I've got a story, or sorry, no, not true. His 2022 album, which is a 6x8. So I've got a story in there that I'm using the Listen story kit pieces from, and then I think we're going to move over to the Week in the Life. I've got a few projects here on my desk, so we'll see what we get there. We're just going to kind of go with it. Let's see. We have Kim, Copy Crafter. Hello. 106 degrees. Holy moly. And it's Wendy. Hi, Wendy. Hi, Melody. This container is, I got it from TJ Maxx. It is simply a clear, like, drawer. I got it in the, like the houseware section. Like, they called it a closet organizer. I don't know why, but it might be with the fridge bins, I'm not sure, but they had a bunch of these and they're perfect for kits. So you can label them on the front if you want. They're awesome. So I got them at, and then I have obviously some other containers in here to help me keep things organized. But yeah, TJ Maxx. They probably have them at Marshalls and Ross too, I'm sure. But yeah, they were a good deal too. Yes, I love TJ Maxx. All right, so let's go ahead and jump right in. I'm going to move this off to the side and I'm going to show you guys my photos. So we're doing a 6x8. So I got artwork I need to put in to Wyatt's home. He drew this fish last week, and I just think he did such a phenomenal job that I gotta put it in his album. I think it's so awesome. Like, his drawing skills have like improved so much recently. I couldn't say no to it. So anyways, that's why this is here. So I'm gonna tuck this in the album somewhere. But this is a album I got from Elliot Edwards' website. It's a silver striped album, and it's got these month dividers in here that are pretty cool. The transparencies, you can see this is January, so it's got all 12 months. So this is what I'm using for the 2022 Wyatt stories, and so I'm documenting the story Listen. So the story kit Listen. So if you guys aren't familiar with Allie Edwards, she puts out a lot of different themed collections, and she has these collections or kits called Stories of the Month. And so they're a focus on words like teach and learn and grow, and this one's listen, and so on and so forth. So I snagged a couple of those, and I also get the monthly kit. So like, it has like January, February, March, and it comes with stamps and cards and all of that. So this is all in that kit. But anyways, I'm going to use the listen stuff mainly for this layout. I know I'm doing a lot of chatting, but I'm trying to prep you guys for what I'm going to do here. Hi, Teresa. Welcome. Kim, it is neat when the artwork starts to be recognizable rather than scribble. I totally agree. And of course, me being artistic myself and just love art and the creative mind, and I'm just so him and I draw a lot together now, and it's so fun, so fun. Okay, so 6x8 album, that's what we're doing. And so here are my pictures, and my stepdaughter Natalie actually took a video of Wyatt laying on her bed with his headphones and his iPad, and he was singing to music, like lip singing. You could hear him sing a little bit, but he was jamming out in the video, and it was the cutest thing. So this was like a few weeks ago, but as soon as she sent me that video, I was like, oh my God, I can use the Listen kit to document this story. So I took screenshots or stills from the video, and I made them different sizes. So this is the first still I took, and I printed it out on my Epson 15,000 printer, and so it's actually a 8x12, and I'm going to cut it down the middle, and it's going to be a full page spread in the album. But I just love this picture so much, and I wanted it to be huge. So it's going to be a double spread in the layout. So that's the first picture. And then, I got another shot here, which is a close-up of him just taking in the music. He loves music. He really does. Anything that makes his body move, he just loves it all. And so I printed this one out to also put on the back side of this layout. And then we're going to do some some pocket pages. And so I have this one of him being caught by Natalie. He opened his eyes and he saw her taking the video, and he's got this little smirk on his face, which is so cute. And as you can see, I have the QR code added in here. So I've got the actual video on his YouTube channel. So you can go and actually check out the video, which is so cute. And I played around with the QR code, and I actually was able to make it a little transparent, so it wasn't this like bold white square on the photo, and it still works beautifully. So, and I did that right in Canva. So I created the QR code on a website, and I can't remember which website I use, I'm sorry, but I'll try to share it in the group. I'll share the link if you guys are interested. So I created the QR code, and then I brought this photo into Canva, added the QR code to the photo, changed the transparency, and boom, I printed it. So I just am like so obsessed with being able to tag videos and albums now. It's just so cool. So that's that. And then this photo here is a picture of his playlist that I have on my streaming. I create his own music playlist, and this is just a snapshot of some of his favorite songs that he's listening to right now. And so I took a screenshot and also printed that out on a 3x4. So these are the photos we're documenting. Devonna, yeah. Look, those eyelashes, thank you. Yeah, he's got some, you know, it's the boys that always have like the big beautiful eyelashes, right? It's always the way. Okay, so let's get started. So first we're going to trim up this large print here. I don't know, I think I'm going to have to hand trim it. Yep, it won't fit on my printer. It won't fit on my trimmer. Goodness, I cannot talk tonight. So let's get, what I can do is I'll just trim it down outside the photo, and then we can get it on the paper trimmer and get a closer cut. Because this is 13 by 19 paper. And I tell you guys, this printer is an investment, but I just don't remember what life was like before I had it. It is awesome. It is awesome. So if you guys are looking for a photo printer, a large format, this is the way to go. It's really awesome. Save your pennies, but you'll be so thankful you did. So thankful. All right, so we got that pared down. Hi Fallon, welcome. Happy Friday. And now we're gonna get this trimmed up closer to what it should be here. Go. Trying to get as straight as possible because these are going to be outside the page protector, just one large open spread. So want to try to keep these as straight as possible. Do the best we can. Hi Chrissy, happy Friday. I'm so glad you made it. Welcome, welcome. All right. So I didn't do the trimming before because I wanted you guys to see, you know, how I get there. Right? Okay, so like I said, this photo, I think I added a little bit of a bleed actually, half an inch. So it should be, yeah, 12. All right, 12 1/4, so it's 6 1/8. So a little over 6 inches. So we're gonna cut this right down the middle, and that's gonna make it 2 pages. Hopefully. There we go. Beautiful. So now it's going to be in the album like this. So I'm going to have to punch some holes. Hi Millie, I hope I said that correctly. Welcome. All right, so there's number 1. So let's get the rest of these photos trimmed up. And so we can get some embellishing done. Documenting these stories and doing these smaller format albums, it's a different type of memory keeping, or at least for me. It's still a creative outlet. It's just it's a lot more creativity and focus on the photos and the words, and not, I mean, you still embellish and do you know, fun little artsy things on here, but it's more about like having fun with the photo composition, interactive pieces, and just really focusing on telling the story, either through like written word or through the photos, or a bit of both. And so it's a different creative outlet, and I absolutely have fallen in love with this style. I have fallen in love with it. I can't tell you how much I'm enjoying that. This type of memory keeping. And I really love the size, because the more I think about, you know, these albums and what's going to happen to them, you know, when I'm no longer here, if, you know, the smaller format is like a little bit more palatable, if you will, for like the kids to maybe consider keeping them, you know. So that's also a thought that's run through my mind, but that's, I mean, that's the least of my concerns. I just really like this size. All right, we've got some other chit chat going on. I need to give up. I have a headache. Hope you feel better, Teresa. Yes. Brennan, I have always had a photo printer when scrapbooking. I could not imagine having to go to Walmart or CVS to have them developed. Yeah, early on, Brennan, when I started scrapbooking, I did that. I ordered them out, and it totally is a game changer, printing them at home. I don't order prints anymore either. So I hear you there. And welcome, Brennan. You're a new name. I'm so happy to have you. All right, so we're gonna get some holes punched first. I like to do that, so then I know where everything is going to land. And I just try to center it as best I can, kind of a ballpark. There we go. And then this one is going on the back side. Oh, I need to trim this down a little bit, because it is a little bigger than this one. Yeah, there are a lot of great printers out there. I've heard really good things about the HP. I've always used an Epson, so, well, I say that I did have a Canon Selfie before I discovered the Epson PictureMate, but I've generally always been an Epson girl. So, and I like, you know, but there are a lot of good options out there for photo prints. All right, so I'm going to put this in together so I make sure that I get the holes lined up correctly. For this, we're generally pretty close. All right. There. Looking good. All right, so the next thing I do before we're going to do any embellishing is I like to take my We Are Memory Keeper hole punch that has the different sizes, and I like to go in and make these holes slightly bigger because they float over the rings better. This is, I'm just using the 1/4 inch size, and that little difference makes a world of difference when you're turning these pages in your albums. So it's all these like little details that makes a big difference. And this is a fabulous hole puncher. I think I got it, oh, I got it at Joann's when they had a sale. It was like 40 or 50% off all the We Are Memory Keeper stuff. So always keep an eye out for those deals. I'm so happy to be here. I'm pretty sure we were in Butterfly Reflections a few months ago together, but I didn't know you were a YouTuber. Oh, are you the card maker? I was gonna say the name sounded familiar. Did you come in and, I think we were. And you bought quite a few stamps. Oh, that's so cool. All right. That is so cool. Welcome. I love meeting people in the flesh. All right. So this is the less exciting stuff. So I want to hear from you guys, like, how many of you do smaller format scrapbooking? And do you have a preferred size? Have any of you done, oh yes, okay, Brennan. Oh my gosh, connecting the dots. That's so exciting you found me. Thanks for hopping on. I can't wait to see, you know, hopefully I get to see some of your card designs. Have any of you, besides December Daily, do any of you partake in any of the other Alley projects? December Daily was kind of my gateway. And now I'm just starting the week in the life. It's the first time I've done it, but I really enjoyed taking all the photos. It did get a little cumbersome towards the end of the week. Like, I was just kind of like, because, you know, sometimes I feel like, you know, life is pretty routine and boring, but that's the whole, kind of the whole point of that project, is to really document all the everyday life things, and then you look back and see what life was like at that moment in time. But it was really fun trying to capture all the different unique moments, like the small little moments. But actually I was more excited to like start putting the album together. So I think that will be a fun project. D, 8x8, but when I was making pre-made baby albums, that's a good size for that. Carmen does 4x6 scrapbooking. Oh, cool. That's a size I have not tried yet. Millie only does December Daily. When I'm journaling in my traveler's notebook, sometimes I put tiny pics. Yes. Oh, Teresa, take care of yourself. Hopefully you'll get better. Wendy does 6x8 for December Daily and traveler's notebooks. Chrissy watches Allie Edward videos, but I don't know where to start. And Brennan does small folios with 4 to 12 pictures. Oh, that's cool. Rainy, I subscribe to the Story Kit and Stamp and writing prompts, but I'm intimidated by the smaller size. Well, if you guys are interested in seeing me go through this process, I mean, I kind of rolled the dice tonight, was hoping that you all would be interested in the smaller album size. I'm happy to do more videos and lives with the smaller format, because I totally understand where you all are coming from in regards to unsure where to start. It's intimidating. It can easily get overwhelming. So happy if you guys like this live. I'm happy to put more content out there for this size. I just, you know, want to make sure I'm giving you guys what you're looking for. Carmen's going to do December Daily, but I'm gonna first decorate and put pictures. That's a great idea. Whatever works for you. And Melody's done 6x8 December Daily for the last 7 years. That's amazing. I've only done 3 years, or is this gonna be this will be my 3rd year. Okay, I'm chatting a lot tonight, guys. Let's get to scrapping here. Okay, so here is my first spread. Got a little dangles there. And I'm totally scrapping this album out of order. So the one thing about my story albums is that, or my scrapbooking in general, I think I've said this to you guys before, I have given up on scrapbooking chronological. So I think if you can let it go, generally speaking, you'll find it a lot easier to tackle the project. Obviously, for something like December Daily or A Week in a Life, you kind of have to think chronologically, because that's the whole intent of the project. But when it comes to just this general size or story albums, let go of the chronological stuff and just tell your stories, right? Just find a picture you want to document and do just that. That's my first tip for you. All right, Gail. Gail, oh, hi, Gail. It's the first time I'm seeing you on. She does 12 by 12s for 9 grandchildren. I have too many pics for smaller ones. I did do a 6 by 6 for my mom. Wow, 9 grandchildren all doing albums. You're a rock star. That's amazing. Okay, so for this spread, it's quite simple. I was just going to simply take this acrylic word and put listen right here. And that's all I was going to do. Because this photo, to me, I really wanted to highlight the photo. I just love everything about this picture. I love everything about it. So I'm just going to take some of my glue, which is the Eileen's Quick Dry Tacky Glue. Got a lot of new folks on here. This is my favorite glue. And we're going to adhere this acrylic piece on there. And that's going to be this part of the spread. Like I said, I did a lot of pre-work so it could come together, but it was more around the photos. Not a lot of hybrid on this layout, but I do have some hybrid pieces that I've done for other smaller albums. And how many of you guys have dabbled in the hybrid scrapbooking? Have you given, you know, Photoshop or Canva a try? Have you downloaded some digital kits? I think I shared there was a good sale. American Crafts was having a really good sale on some of their digital collections earlier this week or last week. Have you guys tried any digital scrapbooking? If you haven't, it's really fun. It's really fun to pair it with your physical scrapping. Alright, so there's that. Beautiful acrylic piece on this photo. I just love it. That's simple. Let's see. I don't scrap chronologically either, just scrap the pics I love. There you go, Chrissy. That's the best way to approach scrapbooking in my opinion, or memory keeping. Gail is so far behind. I've been a little under the weather. I missed several lives. I love this cute picture you're doing. Aw, thanks, Gail. I'm glad you're feeling better. I'm sorry you haven't been feeling well. Dee doesn't do any digital, neither does Carmen. I tell you guys, you should give it a whirl. No pressure by any means, but it's super fun. It introduces a whole new world. And at the very least, if you don't do digital, like if you don't do hybrid layouts or anything like that, if you buy digital collections, you have never-ending supply of product. Love it. Never-ending supply of product. All right, so we're going to adhere the photos back to back now. And I love the digital product too because I buy the digital stamps, and I'll show you guys a couple more layouts that I've done where I've actually taken the digital stamps and put them on the photos. It's just awesome. No ink, no mess. You put the stamps on there and then you print your photo. It's wonderful. So, and you can do it right in Canva, which is a really user-friendly platform. That software just amazes me what you can do with it. Or you could use something more advanced like Photoshop. And I think I just put this on crooked. Yep. Let's try that again. And have you not tried it because you have no interest, or does it intimidate you? Just out of curiosity. Oh, my holes are out of whack. Alright, get my hole puncher back out. Alright. Chrissy prefers paper, just something about making a mess on my table. Yes, I will never give that up, Chrissy. The digital is simply just another creative outlet. It's just another tool in my toolbox. I agree. There's nothing better than handmade art. You can't replace it, but you can add to it. All right. Just repunching my circles because I was off a little bit. Good enough. Okay, so now we have this back to back, and we're going to embellish this photo now. Again, these photos being large and like black and white, they just speak for themselves. I love it so much. Okay, so the kit came with these fun little cork musical notes. Got a little bit of glitter on them. And so I thought it would be fun to place them right here on the layout, or on the photo, excuse me. Kind of like they're coming out of his headphones. If you guys can kind of see that. I really wanted to use these. Like I said, I'm trying to use this kit up. And so I was like, how am I going to use these large cork pieces? And so I thought that was super fun, very cute. And again, it doesn't really take away from the photo. It only adds to it, in my opinion. So we're going to adhere these down with some glue. And again, very simple. I'm not overthinking it. All right. Millie, I don't print most things at home, so definitely a bit harder to find time to get these printed. Yes, I get that. That is harder if you do digital and you don't print at home. Because there are times where I do digital and I have to reprint it because I didn't like how something came out or I made a mistake. So definitely having a printer at home would be the best idea if you're going to do some hybrid. Echo Park is having their sale. Oh yes. I don't want to pay for Canva and I have a ton of physical supplies. And that's okay. There is a free version of Canva. I'm not sure what the limits are. If there's any value, if it's free. But I get it, Dee. It's not for everyone. And use your physical supplies. For sure. As I always say, you do you and what makes you happy in your memory keeping. I am just here to share ideas and inspire and make friends. All right. Texture and dimension. Do I do more scrapping than what I just do on Fridays? That's a loaded question. Some weeks yes, and some weeks no. It really depends on how much time I get down here. I get most of my scrapping done when I go to a crop. But every now and again I get a scrappy session to myself. But most of the time I'm focusing on my, video content and my side hustle, my organizing business. And so it doesn't always leave me a lot of creative time, unfortunately. All right, Wendy the Enabler. Yes, I should have glued them together first, Wendy. That's probably what you're going to tell me. Oh, I wasn't thinking, I was chatting. Let's see, I am still looking for a video on how to make those pleated florals. There's little scrapbooking in the music theme. I was trying to find some for Alanis Morissette, but I could only find a few papers. Yeah, there's not, I agree, there's not much out there for a music theme. Did you go see her in concert, Brennan? Alright, the Friends are wonderful. Yes, they are. Where do you store your digital file? On a separate drive? I do, Millie. I have an external hard drive that I store all my digital supplies on, as well as my photos and my videos. Oh no, use double-sided tape. Yes, I could have done that too, Wendy. Alright, so now we're going to do the page, or the insert. So we've got 2 3x4 pockets and a 4x6. So pretty simple here. I've got, I think I need to trim this guy down a little bit. I do. It's a little too wide. I use the snipping tool all the time to get stuff. Oh, yes, I saw her a few weeks ago in upstate New York. New York. Oh, how cool. I bet that was a good concert. Yeah, I can't think of any music papers. When I went to... Now I'm going to forget the name. When I went to CKC Manchester a couple months ago, there was... I bought some die cuts, pre-made die cuts from a vendor, and they had like a layout or two that was concert themed. I gotta try to remember who that was, and if I remember by the end, I'll let you know. So that was pretty cool, but I agree, there's not a lot of concert music out there. That's why you need to get some stamp sets, and you're gonna have to make your own paper. Alright. If I only tape a little bit at the top, then line it up. Yes. That's a good tip, Wendy. I'll put that into practice next one. Okay, so there's those. And then we have this fun card that's just black with some music imprints on it that we're going to put at the bottom here. And chipboard pieces that came with this collection as well. So I really liked this Turn It Up one because he literally was just like jamming out to this music. But also it kind of ties into the colors of the playlist, and the collection came with some fun little rubber pieces that I don't typically use these, but some fun little rubber pieces that I thought would be cute to incorporate on the top. So actually, let's see what we got here. Oh, we have, I think that's a speaker, like a music note, a little iPod, and then another music note. So I was thinking kind of having them go, I think I like the pink better. Yeah, let's do pink. Kind of arch them over this word a little bit. And these are stickers, so I'll take the backers off in a minute. But something like that, just to bring pops of color, because this is a pretty, you know, black and white basic layout for the most part. So we're going to do something like that. Yeah, the collection's really fun. I bought it. I'm a big fan of like sale items. And so I was looking through what she had on sale. I think this was like last year maybe, or earlier this year, I don't remember. And she had Details and Listen that were on clearance, and I'm like, you know what, I'll give it a try because there were really cute pieces in there. And I love the music theme stuff, so I snagged it, and I'm really glad I did. And these puffies are self-adhesive as well, so I'm just gonna plop them on here. Kind of like a little bit of an arch. Kind of like they're blasting out of the Turn It Up. And it's that simple. You know, not a lot of elements, very simple elements, but I tell you, these pictures tell a really good story, in my opinion. And that's what I love about this style of scrapping, memory keeping. Alright, so then we're going to plop this right in here, and there is our page protector spread to go along with the rest of the photos. How cute, right? And then don't forget we have our little QR code, which I'm in love with. So this will be like this, and then this will be on the back side. So we'll get it in the album. And this is the first layout that I've actually added to his 2022 because I've been focused on his 2021. So it feels really good to get something added to this. I'm not even gonna venture to say that I'm catching up, because that's so not true whatsoever. I just, like I said, because I don't do chronological, I literally just scrap a little bit of everything. Thank you, Wendy. I thought it was kind of cute. Super fun. This collection really helps, and the photos do too. All right, so we've got this going on here. And this over here. So that's what you're going to see when you open up this spread, which I think is just so cool. So cool. I love the large photo. And then you flip it over and you have the rest of the story right here. All right, so there is our first layout. That's 2022 story listen. And I'm just going to plop this guy in here for now. And let's move on to our, well, wait, I got to make sure. What else do I got here? Oh, okay, so I have another 2021 story, but I wanted to, we were talking about drawings earlier, and Wyatt and I were drawing. We went and saw the giants at the botanical gardens, so he wanted me to draw the giants for him. So I drew one of them, and he started coloring it, and then he grabbed a pencil, and he was like, "Mom, that's me and you standing with the giant. Look at us." And I have a photo to actually put in this album to scrap a layout to go with it, because obviously this big drawing won't fit in. So I took a picture of the drawing, and I think I'm just gonna cut out this section here, maybe in like a 4x6 or 3x4, so I can keep his little drawing, and then I'll document it. But we were talking about kids' artwork earlier, so I had to share. I thought it was so cute. All right, so we can close this up. And where am I going to put my journaling? So I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to journal anything for this story. I kind of feel like the photos tell what I needed to tell. But if I decide to do any journaling, I might just insert like a 3x8 card here. Or I could also do a little vellum piece. But I'm not entirely sure that this particular spread will get any sort of journaling. But sometimes I'll come in and I'll do it later. So, the largest print size I can print is 5x7, so I won't be able to use large photos. That's okay though. If, you know, you could do a 5x7, you could take a larger photo and crop it in 2 5x7s, and you can get the same effect, Chrissy. Doesn't have to be larger than that. If you use your if you have an Epson or a Canon or your regular printer, you can crop the photo so you can blow it up and then print 2 halves of the photo. I hope I'm making sense in what I'm saying. All right, so we're done with this album. That's the story we're adding here. So we're gonna close this up. And let me show you guys, actually, before we do the week in the life, so I'm working on Wyatt's 2021 stories as well. And for those of you on Patreon, I provided you this project planner sheet that I created. And so I had an idea of doing currently loving and not loving layout for Wyatt's 2021 stories. So this is just kind of like my notes. I was just going to do like 4x4 photos on either side with the lists of loving and not loving. And so then I started to play on the computer with this idea, like starting with the journaling, and then I completely took a different route with the loving, not loving. So I'm going to show you guys, these are hybrid layouts, so I'll show you what they look like. So this is where I landed. So I need to trim them up, but Wyatt, for 2021, what he currently loved, and then what he is not loving. So this is a hybrid layout that I'm adding to his 2021 album. And they'll be outside the page protector, but just so you guys can see when you start with an idea, how quickly it can change to something different. But, and yes, I did do this in Canva. This spread I did do in Canva. I started off with like an advertising template and just took out all their pieces and plugged in my own and just had fun playing and redesigning. So just an example of the fun you can have with hybrid. And I can come in and add some dimensional pieces as well. Yeah, you could do, that's a good point, Wendy. You could probably try a Word document. I don't know how much flexibility you have in doing these sizes, and there's also like probably plenty of other free programs out there. I'm just sharing with you guys what I know of in case you're interested in. But again, this is just a sample, so I'll be adding this to his 2021 album. I thought it was a really fun idea and a good story to tell. Oh yeah, publisher might work. Certainly give that a try. Just try, just sit down and play. What I like to do is I like to crank the tunes and just sit at my computer and play. So it's a different form of creativity. Okay. So this is what I'm most excited about. We are moving on to the week in the life layout. Hopefully you guys are hanging in there. I'm loving the conversation tonight. So this is the week of the life. My week was last week, and so like I said, I documented, took photos all last week, and now I'm ready to put the album together. I did purchase some of the digital kits, and I have quite a few digital stamps as well that I'm utilizing, as well as physical projects from the kit I showed you in the beginning. So this album, it is from Allie's website. I think it was intended for the week in the life this year, and which is fun, bright and colorful, which is abnormal for me. But I decided to step outside my comfort zone and buy a bold colored album, because most of my albums are gray or black. I have a couple of tan ones too. Besides my Christmas albums, everything else is neutral. So anyways, part of her collection this year, she had digital file with these really fun hearts with the days of the week. So I brought it into Photoshop and I blew it up, and we're going to cut this out. And that's going to start every day of the week for me. But on the back side, I created my own heart. So, and I'm actually going to do a tutorial on this so you guys can see how I've done it. But I did my own heart, same shape, obviously a little wonky, but when I cut it, it will be fine. And then I did the word Monday on here, and then I did my journaling for the day in the heart as well. So this is where a big bulk of my beginning of the day journaling, or my overview of the day journaling, is going to live on this big heart. But there'll also be bits and pieces of journaling throughout the layout as well. So these are going to go back to back, and I'm going to get an acetate piece to create the hinge so I don't punch any holes in the actual heart and interrupt the design and my journaling. So we're going to start there. So we're going to do some hand cutting, but this is again just another sample of the options you have. Now, if you don't have Photoshop, you can probably achieve something very similar in Canva, but you know what? You could also create the same look with paper. Use your silhouette or your Cricut, and cut out the physical pieces, and then handwrite the journaling. There's nothing wrong with handwriting. I do some handwritten journaling, although I don't really love my handwriting, so that's why I defer to like a typewriter or a printer most of the time. But you could cut out all these pieces from your like big shot, your thin cuts, your metal dies, or you could do stamps. There's ways to make something very similar like this using your physical products. So don't let that stop you if you don't have, or if you don't do digital work, okay? You just got to get creative and use supplies you already own, right? Okay, it's a little wonky, but it's cut out. And Jenny made it, hello! And Sandy did too, hello, hello, hello. My OCD scrapbooking would need to have Monday fit perfectly. Yeah, see, I love just hints of the Monday. Just hints of it. But I get you, Wendy. I've let that go too. I embrace the imperfections. So again, we're hand cutting, and then this has like stitching lines on it as part of the designs. I could go one step further and, you know, stitch where the stitching is in the design, but I really have no desire to do that. I have to be in the mood to stitch, and I'm really just not feeling it this time around, so we're not going to stitch. I could also have imported this into my, I think my Silhouette design software, and probably could have had my Silhouette cut it out, but I don't mind fussy cutting. Alright, so let's see how close they are. Oh, not too bad. I have to do a little trimming, but it looks pretty good. Wonderful. So it's going to sit in here like this. Isn't that fun? Alright, we need some acetate. And I bought this acetate, it was at Michael's on sale. And I have found it to be wonderful for creating my own hinges in these smaller albums. Oh, thank you. That's Mr. Potter. He is our most recent rescue, and he is the only one of the three that sleeps with us. And so I captured this photo of him under the covers, snuggling. He didn't want to face Monday either. He did not want to face Monday. So I thought it was a good way to start the documenting of the week. Because how many of us feel the same way? Monday comes along and you're like, oh, I just don't want to get out of bed. There's something about Mondays. Okay, so I'm going to start with this being 6. Well, let's start with it being 8 inches, and we'll probably have to trim it, but we'll start that. Alright, Gail, I have definitely embraced imperfections. I make my books uniquely to me. Yes! Yay, Gail! I love it! Can almost see grandkids pointing out the funny aspects of them and saying, that was so Grandma. Yes, I love it! I love that you're turning that into a positive thing, because it absolutely is, Gail. That's awesome. You are so right. Okay. So that should give me enough to create a hinge with. So we're going to get some red line tape. And I'm using red line because I really want it to stick down. I don't want it to come apart, especially with this as a free hinge, you know, a free-form hinge here. So this stuff is really good if you don't want it coming up. And I do not want it coming up. So and I'm just thinking I actually don't need it to go all the way up because it's just going to hinge here. So we're going to plop that there. Sorry, I'm doing some engineering. Beautiful. Okay. And so then I need some more tape, red line again, to put the other part of the heart on. I love the pets when they are all snuggled in blankets. you'll see quite a few photos of our lazy dogs throughout this week in the life. There's a lot of lounging and snuggling going on. So cute. I love it, love it, love it. All right. So we're gonna adhere the other heart, our Monday, to the best of our ability. It's going to be imperfect, but again, that is okay. I think I'd rather have the top match closer than anything. There we go. So again, we're going to do it like this, so I got to get my hole punch. I'm a little off, but that is quite all right with me. And I'm just looking at where this is going to land. So, okay. So we got to get our hole punch. I've learned something new. Thanks, I'll be doing it on my Christmas album. Yay! I love it when I teach something that somebody has not thought of. You're welcome. All right, we've got our plastic in here. All right, fingers crossed. Ta-da! Let's see how it works. There we go. And there is our centerpiece. I almost want to put an Avery tab on here, or some sort of tab, but I don't know, we'll see. And there we go. Now we have our interactive journal piece, our Monday title card. Isn't that so cute? Love it. All right, so there's the first part of Monday. And so again, here are our photos. So this is the beginning of Monday, Mr. Potter not wanting to get out of bed. And then on the back side, it's my husband and Wyatt waiting to get on the bus for his summer school program that he's in, which he is loving, loving, loving. So we're gonna get these adhered together back to back. And then we'll punch some holes. There we go. And then this is another example of, I had the stamps digitally, so I imposed it on the photo before printing it. So just little things like that, you know, that make the world of difference. All right, and I do need to trim just slightly. Well, I didn't cut that very straight. You will. All right. I'm going to go in and punch our holes. I love the large pictures in these small format albums. Love them, love them. If you can't tell already. And then going back through, these ones I want to make a little bigger because the photos tend to have a little challenge when they just using that standard punch. So we're going to go through and enlarging them just a smidge. And then I think I want to put some sort of embellishment or stamp on this photo of Potter, but let's see what we've got. I'm not really sure what I want to do. But there's a lot of white space, and it would be nice to, part of me really loves the white space, but then the other part of me is like, let's put something there. Oh, I was doing the doggy photo first. Oh, man. You're right, I did the holes on the wrong side. See, this is what I get for, this is what I get for talking and scrapping at the same time. All right, well, maybe I'll reprint them, but for now, we're gonna put the photo in like this. Sugar, thanks for letting me know. let's, well, you know what we could do, actually? Well, I don't want to cut my husband's face off. Man. I can't believe I did that. Alright, I'll probably reprint them. So, with that being said, let's just play around. I totally was not thinking about... See, there's an engineering piece to this, too. Oh, Dee, no! Don't apologize. Thank you for letting me know, because I totally spaced it. Let me trim it and see what it looks like, because maybe I can salvage it before we go and reprint, but... ooh, I just hit my camera, guys. I'm sorry. Hit it with my paper trimmer. It was up too high. Okay. Let's see if we can salvage it with trimming. But if not, we can certainly reprint. This is going to be important to me that that it looks nice. Well, it doesn't take off too much of his face. It'll be a little smaller than what I want, but I could do a tab. Look at that. We rescued it. We rescued it. Thank you for letting me know, Dee, because that's exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted it like this. And maybe I can just do a little Avery tab here, and that will kind of fill in the bit. But that's fine, too. Love it. I still love it. Okay. So, here is our Mr. Potter. Let's see what we have for embellishments. So I have, this is some chipboard pieces from Pink Fresh. And actually, I just love the little heart, maybe. I think circles are going to be like the element that I repeat in this album. So maybe just a little heart, that little orange heart there. Or this blue one, home is where the heart is. Stay home club. That's a good message too, because he's like, it should say stay in bed club, but could be the stay home club. Alright. I've got some other pieces in here too. We've got one that says the best. We've got most loved. I don't really care for that one right now. Or that one for this picture. This one says right now. I like the orange. It kind of ties into the Monday. Today's story. Do I have a script note to go on the bottom? Yeah, that's a good one too. Let me see what I have for chipboard pieces too. How about sometimes it's just hard? Let me see what I have for stamps, because I do have a bunch of stamps too. Oh, and I have this, these wood pieces. AM story. I've got stamps in here too. Oh, I have these fun little cork pieces as well. See what happens when you just dig into your stash? Alright, so this one won't suit. The January one, no. Alright, so let's see what else we got. I don't know if I have a note. Hashtag mornings, yes. See, this is where digital scrapbooking also saves you, because I could have written that on there. These are all fabulous ideas. Alright. Let's see. The best part. I have some other little stamps too. How How about this? We got This Is Real Life. I'm just looking the ones that I pulled out. Let's pull the rest of my stamps, because now I love that idea of like morning or nope. That's true. I could cut it out of my Cricut. That's a fabulous idea. I always forget, even though I just told you guys, I myself forget that that's a wonderful tool. Or, ooh, I could use some thickers. I got plenty of thickers, and we can choose some different black fonts, and a lot of them will have the number sign. Ooh, I have some big phone ones. Not all of them do, but some might. Let's see what fonts we like. Oh, this one's like a fun little scripty one. Alright. Let's play. You guys are giving me all of the ideas. I love it. Alright, we need some wax paper. Let's test out which ones we like. I love the hashtag part too, like hashtag mornings. I love that idea, but I also like the nope. So let's see what looks good. If we do mornings, it's gonna have to be a smaller font. So this one has the hashtag on it in this font. Not today. How about, well, we could do hashtag Monday too, because this is Monday. Alright. So hashtag. Let's start with hashtag nope. Let me know what you guys think of this font. Try to get it somewhat straight here. I'll use my ruler if we like it. Hashtag nope. Oh, we got Chrissy's vote on hashtag nope. What do you guys think? Do you like that font? I think it's fun. The other one, let's see, we could do a solid black too. But I think this is a fun font to use. Gail likes it. Gail likes the hashtag nope. Alright, let's go with this. Yay! See, we gotta remember to use our supplies too that we have. Alright, let's see if we could get this straight. Somewhat straight anyway. So cute. I don't think I would have ever thought of that myself. So thank you for the idea. You guys are always so wonderful. Great contributors to these layouts and my stories. And I'm just eyeballing it. It may not be quite centered, but fine by me. Hashtag nope. So cute. Oh, I love it. I love it. Alright. So, there's that. And actually, I'm going to go grab a tab because I really want one there. and I will find something to put in there. Either I'll handwrite it or find a sticker or something, but that way it makes it easier to grab as well. All right. I love it already. I'm so excited about this project. All right. So there's our Monday. Flip it over. You have your journaling, and then you have your first photo, which is like, nope. Which is totally Monday feels, right? That is so Monday morning, you're right. And then we flip it over to this side, and we have Wyatt and Joe, waiting for the bus, July love, digital stamp. And so the next page is, I was outside with them too, but I didn't get in this picture. So I took photos of our vegetables that are growing. We are by no means farmers, or like, you know, we're not very talented in the plants arena, but we do try to grow some basic vegetables. So we're pretty psyched that we have some peppers and tomatoes growing. And then I also decided to add in the weather for the week, just so we can remember what the temperatures were like, right? It's the little things that you don't think of when you're doing a story album like this, or at least I don't think of. So let's see if we have, I have some other pieces, some other round pieces here, other embellishments. Not sure. We want to add anything to these photos. Maybe more something. I thought I had something that said this week. Maybe I have a stamp and we could put that there. I go back and look at my stamp sets here. I'm just grabbing a few more pieces. Relax. Okay. All right, none of those are gonna work. So let's get stamp, because I do think I have one that says like this week or something. Choose to, oh, this day. Well, no, it's for the week though. We need this week. This happened. All right, Cam, my aunt kept a diary of the weather each day for over 60 years. Oh my gosh, that is incredible. Way to go. This says recorded. That could work too. That is some commitment, but just so cool. This happened. Best things. Date. True. Well, I don't have one in my stash here. This is this. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Remember this, good times, 3 things, moments. Wow, I don't have one that says this week. I'm surprised. Well, I could go back with my smaller alphas and kind of do the same thing. So let's do that. Being resourceful. And I think I want to pull in the black again, just because I don't know if I have real small black ones though. Oh, Here we go. Well, these are more of a gray. She was a farmer. Oh, that makes sense. That's still so cool. So, so cool. Alright, so I guess we're going to have to do a larger size, but that's okay. You guys could see the side of my desk right now. It's a disaster. I'm running out of room. Okay, so we're going to do this week. And I'm going to start with my K over here just to make sure that I have enough room. All right, week. So, as we're going through this, again, it's a different style of memory keeping. For those of you who, you know, are like, you know, I want to try, but I'm just not sure, or, you know, I'm intimidated. Is this helping at all? Is this seeing me walk through the process and my approach? Do you find this easing your concerns, or are you like, no, Jess, I still can't do this. I'm so intimidated. Because you totally can do it. It's just, that S is a little crooked still. It's just starting, right? Once you start, you'll find your jam. And just like any other creative project, you're going to have some spreads that you love. You're going to have some spreads that you're like, yeah, it's not my favorite. And you're going to learn different techniques, and you're going to find your style. But I certainly encourage you, if this is something you've been interested in doing, to pull out your supplies and just give it a whirl. Let the creativity flow. All right, this week. And the reason I chose black is because I did want to pull in the black from the stamp on the other side of the photo. And I think we're just going to leave the photos as is. So that's the second part of the story right there. Starting and finishing is the hardest part. Yeah, it absolutely is. I think I've finished one album so far in my 20-year history of scrapbooking. So, starting can be hard, but to me, I find it easier than finishing because I don't scrap chronologically. So, but yes, starting is just get over your fear, just get out and play. What's the worst that's going to happen? You're going to realize that, hey, it's not a size that I like, right? Worst case scenario. All right, so next section of the spread, I've got just photos of Wyatt here at his school. We get updates every day, and I'm sorry, it's very much a glare. I'll try to fix that. So I've got washi over the kids' faces, but so I will be putting in a probably a 3x6 journaling piece here maybe, because oh wait, no I won't. So this is just school photos because we didn't get a written update that day. We just got photos. So I've just plopped those in here. And I was just gonna put like maybe a little embellishment on here somewhere and move on really from this one. I was just gonna keep this mainly photos. And then on this side, this is a photo of me working, and then I'm going to write out the details of the day, like, you know, Wyatt going to school and the long work day, and then I took him to the dentist, and then we played Trouble later as a family. So I'll do some journaling. I haven't done the journaling yet, but I'll probably do that off camera. But again, I'm looking to just share with you guys kind of the structure and the format. Okay, so, and I am just looking for maybe a little phrase that will work here. Or maybe not even phrase. Fun little rainbow. And I think I might just do it outside of the page protector. Or maybe a heart. We got some, oh, happy. We got happy. This is real life. This life, love this. It's got red in there, so can I maybe find a red? Ooh. How about this one right here? I'm just going to do a little 3 hearts, and I think I'm going to leave it for that. Leave that there. Okay, and so there's not much here that I need to do for embellishing. Again, the week in the life is more about telling the stories through words and photos, in my opinion. And so that's what I'm doing. So this is simply just snapshots throughout the day. So again, I'll come through and I'll do some handwritten journaling there. So we're going to flip to the next section. And so we've got Wyatt at the dentist, which, man, the dentist has changed so much since I was a kid. They got headphones and TVs now that keep them occupied. Oh my gosh. I was in a little room with like one window, and that was it when I went to the dentist. So kind of crazy, but he does a great job, and he loves the dentist, which is good because I love the dentist too, honestly. And then here I have game night or family time. It wasn't really a game night, but it was family time. So I think I'm just going to include this again in the white space on the photo. It says family time because we played a couple rounds of Trouble that night. Keeping it pretty simple. And again, my journaling is going to be on the other side. So I will tell that story in my journaling. Again, pretty simple. It's all about the photos and just documenting your day. Or each day. All right, so we're going to adhere these photos together. So we have another out of the page protector photos, and I'm going to get the holes punched on the right side this time. And pay attention. All right, so catching up the comments. Rainy, yes, I like to see some more of these for sure. Oh, good. I'm glad you're liking this. Again, it's a little bit different for me, but you know, it's another form of memory keeping, and I wanted to share. So I'm happy to hear that. Thanks, Rainy. And Wendy, yes, love these tonight. Thank you. Yeah, this is right up your alley with your Project Life. All right. So we're gonna punch holes. And then again, this is a photo of the dogs just chilling. They're relaxing on the couch. We all just chilled for a little bit after we played the game. So I wanted to snag a picture of the boys. A couple of them. We have Potter and Vinny who were just lounging on the couch like they do a lot. I'd rather visit the dentist than the hairdresser. Oh my god, that's so funny. Aw. And Chrissy has a hard time with the dentist. I'm so sorry to hear that. I would go to the dentist like every month if I could. Just one of those that I like. And when we went to the dentist for Wyatt, he's 5.5 and he already has his 6-year molars in, which is pretty awesome. Kind of incredible. But he still has like plenty of room in his mouth for the rest of his teeth. And he's got one front tooth that's already starting to get loose. He can't feel it, but the dentist could tell. So we have that excitement coming up. I'll be curious to see how he handles that because he's not a big fan of blood or you know, pained. A Band-Aid fixes everything for him. So we can't necessarily put a Band-Aid in his mouth. So we'll be interested to see how he handles losing his first tooth. But the good news is that he has what appears to be really good teeth, which is very exciting. Alright, so so we've got these little wood pieces. Oh, there we go. This one just says relax. Can add that. See what else we got here. This view. I could do. I could be funny and do this view. But I want to see what I have for stamps again. Although, well, I was thinking about stamping, but I need color. So actually, because this is more of my white space down here. So let's see what else we got. Make room here. I have piles and piles on the side here. Alright, see if we got any pieces in here that we could use. So love this conversation. Well, we weren't having a conversation. The dogs were just chilling. So there may not be a piece I have that will speak to this scenario, and that is okay. Relax works. I could emboss too. I don't have white ink, not a solid white ink. That's something I definitely should add, but that would have been a good idea. A soft white or a solid white ink would have been a really good idea. What we could do, I've got some of these little hearts here. Oh, let's do this cute little banner and then the word relax on top of it. Just get a little bit of a layer here. There. Simple. We don't need to go crazy. Again, the photos. I'm really focused on the photos here. So let's do some tape. Embossing. Yeah, embossing could work too. Oh, I need double-sided tape for this. Stick. That's a good idea. I didn't think about that. You guys are just full of wonderful ideas tonight. Well, you always are. You always have great ideas. Alright, so I'm going to use the red line tape. And hopefully it will be covered up by the rubber embellishment. We're just going to add some adhesive there. And relax, because that's certainly what they do, and the dogs are really good at relaxing. That's a skill they definitely have. Okay, so this is what's here, and then you flip to the other side, and it's a series of photos of my husband carrying Wyatt off to take a bath, because that is his least favorite thing to do. We have to constantly fight with him to take a bath. So, but once he's in there, you can't get him out. So this is my husband. We try to make fun out of bath time, get him laughing, and so you know, he's on board with taking a bath. So this is my husband grabbing him and scooping him away to get cleaned up. you know, in summertime, with it being so hot, and the kid sweats all the time. Like, he basically needs a bath, like, every night. And he would totally, like, live in his own filth if he could. Okay. So, I'm going to punch holes right in the middle here, and this is going to flip again, just a different, another dimensional piece. And actually, I want to get some more Avery tabs. I like the tabs because they make it really easy to grab. And I usually slip them in the middle here. And I haven't been doing that. So, yes, little boys, I tell ya. And a lot of times, like, you know, we'll finally get him to take a bath, but he's like, do I have to wash my hair? And I'm like, yes, buddy, you gotta do it all. Hair and all. But, like I said, once he's in there, like, he's good to go, because he has, like, the best time, but it's just getting him there. And I gotta fix this, it's crooked. Okay, there we go. So we got a tab there. And I'm going to do a tab here as well. It just makes it easier to grab. And then on the back side of this, I have another journaling card. So again, I can tell, document more of the story. And the story, actually, I don't know if I'll document much of this piece. Again, this is more, I think, just visual. It's photos. But I want to document this because I got Wyatt to watch E.T. and I was so excited. One of those little, like, parent wins that, like, you know, I was, like, so thrilled about. He's maturing a little bit, and he's actually opened up to a lot more, like, different kinds of movies. So I was able to convince him to watch E.T. and he really liked it. So yay! Oh, I went a little too close to that. Oh well. I was so excited about that. So I want to tell that story about how I got him to watch E.T. with me. And then I also want to tell the part of, on the second photo down at the bottom, is when he's done, we got most of the way through E.T., but there was a little bit left of the movie, but when he was tired and ready to go to bed, he likes to put on, like, a show that he likes to fall asleep to. So he's like me in that aspect. He's got certain shows that is his, like, fall to sleep TV. It's so funny. It's so funny how you can see a lot of yourself in your children, but also they're their own person as well. Okay, so that's gonna plop right in there. Again, I'm gonna do some journaling, and then we've got the two photos here, and I want to do yes because I was, oh, actually, not yes, this one. Down for this because he was down for it. He was totally down to watch E.T. And so again, just another simple little circle element, a repeated theme in this album. Very simple. And that's going to go right in there. And then I think I'm just going to leave this photo as is. It highlights the messy house in all in its glory. Wyatt fought, asleep on the couch. Little snippet of his favorite show. So I love this. Love it, love it. Okay, next. We're almost there, gang. So, last section of Monday. So I have the back side of this spread. I have a photo of my husband working. He works split shifts 3 days a week at home, so he has middays off, which has been a blessing for us. And so I have a picture of him working there. And I don't know if I have, this is real life, might work. I'm not sure what I want to do here, or maybe I might introduce some journaling. And then this is a picture of me in my happy place in my craft room. So again, this is towards the end of the evening after Wyatt goes to bed. This is what we're doing, right? So I have to look at pieces here to see if there's anything that would work. And again, I might find a stamp too. That could help tell this story as well. But I'm not really sure. I'll think about that. But for now, those photos do the job. So the last little piece here. Oh, let's see. I know nothing about Canva, never heard of it. I like what you did. Oh, thank you, Teresa. You should check it out. It's a really fun program. Rainey's got a drop. Thanks again. I'm off to finish packing for a crop. Oh, have fun. I'm jealous. Enjoy, enjoy. Can't wait to see what you create there. I know, we're getting late, guys. This is a late one tonight. All right. So, for the last couple of photos, so after our evening, my husband and I's evening, again, I think I might insert journaling here. I'm not really sure yet. But there is a little bit of a story to tell. So, yeah, I might tuck something in there. And then there's the nighttime routine. So I took a picture of me washing my face, kind of cropped it, turned it black and white, and just put in another digital stamp that says PM Stories. And then on the back side of this, it's me in bed. And I have, there was a digital paper in one of the kits, so I put that in the background because the photo wouldn't fill up the full 6x8. So it was linear. So I put that here, and again, just did some digital stamping on this layout. So these are my last two photos of the Monday. So we're gonna tape these together. We're gonna get the holes punched. I really have to tell you guys, this project is so fun, and again, it's slowing you down, and it causes you to really pay attention to the little things in life, which sometimes I feel like we don't do enough of, just because we're all always caught up in the hustle and bustle of life every day, right? And so like I said, it's my first time doing this project. But I really appreciate, you know, the closer look into the regular and what we often think is kind of boring or mundane parts of life, you know, and really digging a little deeper and explaining the why, or telling these little stories that, you know, in 10 years or, you know, 20 years, or when the kids are grown and you have great grandchildren, you know, life's going to be totally different, and you're going to have stories that show them and talk about, you know, your day-to-day life, and it's going to be way different, which is, I think, so cool. So cool. So I really appreciate this style of memory keeping and these stories. Again, just plopping in or cutting out the bigger holes so this moves nicely. And again, I took a bunch of different photos of myself and chose the best one. And then, like I said, I blew it up and I cropped it. So I only got part of me in here, which I think came out pretty cool. So quick and easy. Plopping that in here. Ending with a large spread again. And then, so my very last little tidbit, and I actually am going to need to create a hinge for this one, is I took a screenshot of the podcast I was listening to as I was falling asleep. And then on the back side, I did some journaling. So again, I used a digital stamp, and then I journaled kind of like just talking about nighttime routine and what we often do, or how we typically, what I typically do before I go to bed, which is really nothing exciting. But again, it's not about the excitement. It's about, documenting, everyday life. And I had a piece of acetate, and I don't know what happened to it. So we're going to grab another one. It's lost here on the pile of my desk. Alright, so we're going to create another hinge, and we're going to attach this in there. So again, this is the last little bit of journaling I have, but I just created that in Canva for those of you who are curious. And that's going to wrap up my Monday. So I've got a little bit more like journaling to do, and maybe some embellishing, but I like you guys' suggestions about maybe grabbing my silhouette or vinyl and maybe adding in some words or stamps there for the stamps I don't have. But I have a bunch of stamps above me too that might work. I just don't want to dig through them like on camera. This is already a long evening. This is late for us tonight, which I've had a blast, and I hope you guys have too. But yeah, I got a little bit left to do here, but it's not bad. It's been so fun to put this together, and I can't wait to do the rest of the weekdays. Like I said, I hope I've inspired you guys to give this a try. Christy, I want to hear, do you feel better? Are you going to give it a whirl? You do beautiful layouts. I can only imagine what you would accomplish with the this 6x8 size. I'm sure it would be stunning, and I'm sure you have a lot of fun stories to tell. We all do. Alright, so putting that together back to back. I have a photo lost on my desk. Oh no, Sandy, I have been there. Well, like I said, I've lost my acetate. It's here somewhere, but I can't find it. That you and your tape runner constantly. Yep. The desk, I tell you, it eats things alive. Alright, I'm a little off here. Trim it just slightly. Hopefully I'm not getting any of my journaling. Yeah, just a little, but that's fine. Alright. So again, my little journal piece talking about evening routine to end the Monday. To end it. Alright. Punched. Beautiful. And that, my friends, is Monday for the week in the life. How awesome is this? So let's kind of go back through and do a quick flip through of what it all looks like. I am going to do some sort of saying here. I haven't figured out, but I love putting some sort of quote or saying on the inside cover. So I will certainly add that later on too. But we've got our Monday, and then our Monday journaling, and then this is, I think, my favorite. Potter just saying nope to Monday. Then we've got Joseph and Wyatt waiting for the bus. Some pictures of our garden and the weather. Wyatt at school, documenting a little bit about the day that we had, which like I said, I will fill out that journaling later. And then photos to go along with that journaling. Bath time shenanigans, which is so fun. Oh, Quote Garden. I've never heard of that. Thanks, Dee. I'll check that out. So another spot for journaling, which I'll add. Talk about E.T. And then evening routine. Again, I really think I'm going to add in journaling here. Some sort of journaling. Probably like a pocket life card and then maybe journaling on the other side. Just so I can talk a little bit about what we do in the evenings after Wyatt goes to bed. And then PM stories, me getting ready for bed. And then falling asleep to some true crime podcast and my story about that. And that is Monday in a nutshell. Thank you guys for hanging in there for this very different No Fail Friday Night Live. But I really hope you've enjoyed these spreads, these smaller story-focused layouts. And I hope you're no longer intimidated. I really want you guys to give it a try. So that is it for this evening. Until next Friday, thank you guys for all your input and the great conversation as usual. And I will see you next week. Have a great weekend. Bye.